Recognize.
Hey, what's up, beautiful people? Welcome. Hey, hold up, wait. Have you subscribed yet? If you haven't, what are you waiting for? Make sure to hit the red button for more videos like this. Welcome to another exciting episode of Recognize, where we shine the light on your favorite artists. With me in the studios today is none other than Eclipse Nkasi. Yeah, you know him. He's a rapper, a lyrical genius. His bio reads the multi-level creative, so you already know that he's a genius. You guys keep it locked. You guys will be right back.
Recognize.
Yeah, my name's Eclipse Nkasi. This is Zuri TV, so you best recognize. That's what it is. Yeah. One. Right. I keep my circle small, yeah, I figure that's the best thing. Cause nowadays rumors spread faster than the bed sheet. They try to form friends, they want to hear your gist. Then they press record and take it to the streets. But y'all ain't even ready for the brother with the sicker flow. Came into the game to give you just what y'all be seeking for. Little with the syllables, I booked it at the syllabus. I come through my whole squad big enough to fill a bus. Living like a movie now, ministry is moving now. Admittedly administer the type of dope that moves around. You rappers I don't feel all, test me I'ma kill all. Step to meet and get capped. No DJ spin all, I got bars for a lifetime. This rap lines is lifelines. Hard to get my lines right, but it's easier to write lines. Wasn't in my right mind, had to get my mind right. I give him a fire album, I did it on God's time. Word, that's what it is. Yeah. Shout out to Zuri TV though. So going back in. Our journey was ordained by God. You see the angel on the Rolls Royce, protected by a higher power. Our granny is no noise, was born to be great. I'm the maker, I had no choice. It ain't my fault that I'm the one with the gold voice. Was blessed from the start through the treacherous parts. My virtuous acts were repaid with threats is a fact. So here's a toast to the past. It wasn't a walk in the park, but it was exactly what I needed just to set me apart. My lip of fate was a backflip with my eyes closed, but still I landed on both feet though my heart froze. They say know your strengths, they know your weaknesses, but are you strong enough to know just what your weakness is? I've come a very long way from singing in the bathroom to headlining events and getting head in the back. Woo! Now I'm focused, nigga. What about you? I'm never selling my soul, I'm too attached to my shoes. Damn. Recognize. We're done, though. That's somebody that do what you guys want to see. That shaku shaku.
Recognize.
Hey Eclipse, nice having you in the studio today with me, bro.
Nice to be here, my brother.
Yeah, Wakanda forever.
Forever.
Alright, so basically on today's episode, we're going to be talking about your music, your life, everything Eclipse in general. But before we get into that, can you just look into this camera and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, my name is Eclipse Nkasi. I'm a rapper, music producer, screenwriter, a couple of other fun stuff. Let me just wrap it up that way. But yeah, ultimately I'm one guy who's really passionate about the creative industrialization. Like anything that has to do with the creative industry, I'm really passionate about that. And right now more than ever, just trying to live life and be happy and work and live the world better than I met it. That's how I like to put it.
So basically, you've been in the industry for some time. How long have you been in the music industry for?
Give or take, maybe a little less than a decade. About 10 years there about.
And in the space of that time, like, what do you think the challenges, or what are the challenges you think the industry is still facing?
Well, I think that the one challenge the music industry is facing is the one challenge the entire country is facing. Yeah. And which is an individualistic mindset. Everybody's very selfish. Yeah. However, yes, it's human to of course put yourself first, but I think as Nigerians we would never truly go forward until we learn to do or invest in things that benefit more than just ourselves. Yeah. When people can start setting up businesses or approaching their projects in ways that benefits them and the public at large, it won't really change. So same thing with the industry. It's kind of hard for people to find a system that supports them.
Yeah.
when everybody else are looking for themselves.
Talking about features, you one of your big, I won't say one of your biggest songs, but one of my favorite songs from you, Salam Alaikum featuring MI. Already you said you've never paid anybody to jump on the feature, so it's assumed you never paid him to jump on the feature.
I didn't.
Yeah, but like, how was it like working with MI?
I think it was. I think I'll describe it 3 ways, right? One, it was artistically fulfilling. At the same time, it was an honor to get, and at the same time, it was also a learning curve at the same time. Now, I'm someone who's been a big MI fan from day one, and it always been on some level one of my dreams to do a song with MI. Now, however, I started the industry and everybody's been working and trying to get out. I did the first version of the song Salam Alaikum. Not very many people know it because it was the first one we released. And I was out at industry night performing, and M was around that day. So I performed, and I remember I just went upstairs after performing, and he was like, "Hey man, nice one, I heard that song, that's really nice." And I just said, "Yeah bro, thanks, but would you mind being on the remix though?" He's like, "No, sure, now come by." And that pretty much was it. Even though it took a little while because working, juggling between his schedule and my schedule, to make it work. But eventually, not only did MI do the feature, but he took his time with it. Like, we actually ended up sitting in the studio. We reviewed the song. Okay, we played the beats. We even went through other ideas of inputs to the the instrumental. M played some extra chords. We're listening. We're like, okay, cool. What you think about this? Even the verses. It was a process to it. Even in that process, I also learned a few things, because it's always nice as a creative to see how other people handle their own jobs, because everybody has a different creative process to what they do. So I work differently from the way he works. So watching him work was also like a learning curve, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. So just watch, and it was like so we went back and forth, even with his verse. M was open enough that after he would record, he'd tell me, "What do you think? Is that good enough? Do you think I should change that?" Just trying to make sure that everything came out right. And that's the reason why I believe the energy on the song, just synced, because our minds were probably just working on the same frequency that time, and it was perfect. And I think, big shout out to him, because that, of course, was one of the features that also gave me a huge push, and I appreciate that.
Well, you are friends with MI, so obviously we have to talk about you rappers fix up your life. I know when the song came out, a lot of rappers were not too happy with the song. Well, when the song came out, how did you feel? Or what was going through your mind?
Okay, let me find the right words. But I think the first thing I thought was, because I had seen some of the noise online, I knew the song was coming out. I hadn't had the chance to listen yet, so I was on the road. But I'd been seeing my timeline and seen people going crazy and calling MI out. And even though MI had everybody's time and I was replying people on the timeline, which was even more interesting. By the time I listened, I could understand why people were so triggered. At the same time, I could understand what MI was talking about. It wasn't a lie. It's kind of like everybody was in the room and a rat died. Everybody's acting like nothing happened. Something's smelling, but nobody wants to say something is smelling. And finally, one guy stands up and says, "Man, fam, something is smelling here." Everybody else saying, "Why would you say that now? Have you never smelled?" It wasn't a lie.
Yeah.
There was a problem with the industry. However, I think maybe, people were just expecting too much, in the sense that for everybody who even replied MI and was bashing him, all I kept hearing is, "What do you expect us to do? This is not there. People like you aren't doing anything for the industry." One thing you will learn in life, whether now or later, is that nobody owes you anything. People aren't really going to do everything for you. You have to figure it out yourself. And that's important, even away from music. So I think that a lot of artists have relaxed, because truly, like I've stated, it is challenging to be an artist. It don't mean nobody should still push. There's nobody who's successful who didn't have their own challenges.
Yeah, true.
So don't now overly relax, because there's a point where the struggle gets to you. There's a point where you now start to give up and become your own problem. The least you can do is push. So yes, people can argue and say, MI's record label, he signed a lot of singers, there are not enough rappers. But in the course of his career, genuinely, let's be honest, hasn't he done a lot? Even if you think there's a lot more he can do, that's just MI. So how about you? It's about looking inwards. Same way in Nigeria, we always want to blame the politicians, and nobody wants to know that they say Nigeria is bad, society is bad. Who is society? Society is not a building. Society is everybody in it. Exactly. So I think it was just one of those situations. And he dropped that song. People who hadn't rapped in years started rapping again. I'm like, for what it's worth, he actually, maybe it was just one of those paradox type situation where, or one of those ones where M knew that by saying this, I'll make
Yeah.
some of you rap. So by saying you guys are not rapping, everybody wants to prove him wrong and they start rapping. He finally is actually doing something for the industry again. I'm making you all rap again. So in the end, I don't know. I feel like everybody had their points, but overall, when it's all said and done, what are you doing for you? Figure out your own matter and keep it moving. Because if you're still dragging him, M is good though.
Yeah.
It's chill. It's alright. He's done his hustle, he's made his bar, and it's good. So you figure your own stuff out, and that's the truth.
So in the industry now, you obviously work with MI, a bunch of other people. Who would you like to work with in the industry?
Okay, right now, there's like every other artist will tell you, a lot of people. But in the immediate, 2 artists that I think like what they're doing right now, like I'm a big fan of their sound at the moment, is Wandiko and Burna Boy. I mean, for what it's worth, both of them can give me like one EP together. So I just bust my mind, man. But so I'm a big fan of what they do. I think that they're arguably one of the most versatile artists, or the most versatile artists we have in Nigeria in terms of their skill, the way they approach the music. So, and those are people that I look forward to working with.
Well, there's this argument that's going around now that hip hop is dead in Nigeria, and South African rappers have taken over. And what is your own stance on this?
SA rappers actually killing y'all. See, and this is one of those ones where I feel like a parent. When you have to go to school and you say your child has been misbehaving, your child repeated, and you have to go to principal's office. We feel bad. It's not a lie. But somehow want the principal to just manage and overlook it. Like what I mean is that, truthfully, Nigerian hip hop is not in a great place. It's not bad, it's not dead, it's not anything, but it's not at its best. And SA hip hop seems to be looking better. Even while you guys are here laughing and cracking jokes, Ghanaian hip hop is catching fire. Just so you know, me, I'm still bumping it. I'm listening. I'm on Spotify, listening to Papi Kojo, listening to EL, listening to these guys, and I'm like, come on. Boys are vexing in Ghana. Do you understand? Let me start learning the pidgin English. Maybe I might even move there. I'm like, Charlie, what happened? But no, really though. But the truth is that I think for a long time Nigerian hip hop didn't have a sense of identity, and that was part of the things we struggled with. We didn't know what was most important, in the sense that hip hop is a culture. It's about reality. Culture is the life of the people. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So then hip hop with rap now is an artistic representation of that culture. When you now make songs and everybody's trying very hard to just be like the guys in Yankee, it's a problem. Then at the same time, you now say, hip hop, the reason why they're doing is because, rap doesn't sell, people, Nigerians don't like hip hop. Nigerians do like hip hop. There was a time when you couldn't have any events that didn't have, Afro pop artists. No, like guys who weren't hip hop.
Okay.
People would always feel like the event will go well. But we over the years seen events that had MI, B2C, Olamide as headlining artist, and the place is packed. Do your research. One guy said, man, do your research. Do your research, man. Check. Look at what Star Trek was doing that year. It was mad. And this places are filled up. People are singing along. I think the only problem was that hip hop did not used to connect with Nigerians because a lot of artists were not finding ways to bring it home. It was the point Rugged Man had been preaching in the beginning when he was talking about speaking your mother tongue, show me where you belong. It wasn't always about just the language, but even the stories you were telling. Making sure people can relate to it, and that's what we were missing for a long time. Now I can't say for South African hip hop, because even though I know it feels a lot different from what we're doing, I also know that South Africa generally has a very different background from Nigeria in terms of the presence of even the white people and how that has influenced their culture.
I think they sound really American.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying, that the reason why is because everybody always tells you South African hip hop is even still like American hip hop, but South Africa is wired very differently from Nigeria. Colonial presence and everything was different for them. It was for a lot longer. The apartheid and all that period, their own history is different. So based on us, you can see that that's why our own has to be different. And at the point where people start, the tribesmen had the right idea in the beginning. When you had them Two Shots, LD, with Oya. That's been my jam. Oya, Baraje, Oya. No, I used to be able to rap that thing. All those songs. And they had bars, man. And you can't argue. Is it Two Shots album, pirated copy, Alaba Boys, Which Level, Thief, Ole, Carry and Go, everybody. Because it's things we know. So that's our story, and that's what's missing. So once we can find that essence, you can't sell water to a well. So you can't come to leave Nigeria and take some American story and go back to America and try and pitch it to them. They don't care because they already have that. It's one of the reasons why Wizkid is buzzing now, because his sound is different from what they have.
So when you show up, you have to bring something else to the table. Do you understand? So it's supposed to be like a picnic. Everybody said, okay, we brought bread. You what are you bringing? You not bring bread again. You try and organize mayonnaise or something. The guys that eat the bread. Pata sardine.
True.
You know, just bring something else to the table, and that's what these guys are doing. So, but at the same time, I will not act like there aren't people who are working. You know, there aren't young guys. Like I can hear rappers on either SoundCloud or something. People tweet their links at me as much as I can. I listen. You know, people just hit me up in DM, bro. Please listen to my song. Tell me what you think. I give you my email address. You email me. I listen. There are good people out there. Just that the industry is really tough and it's hard for them to, you know, come up. And there are other issues that we cannot possibly discuss all of here. But then, because there's even the way it's set up. You know, you believe as an artist that you want to push, hoping you get signed to a record label, then you're blown. If I can ever say this, I cannot overemphasize it, but for most of the labels, you don't even need a record label. Not that you don't need a label, but a lot of labels have structural issues. I'm not saying there aren't labels that are trying. These are people who are genuinely trying to invest in the music, but on so many levels, you know, there's a problem, and the problem are different from, you know, one label to the other, one camp to the other, but somehow Isha isn't working. You understand? Also because even the artists still have a very wrong mindset, and at this point I'm starting to feel like I'm talking too much, but
No.
I'll just say one last thing for the benefit of any artist who's listening to this or who's watching this. You have to be realistic with your goals. You have to understand that your end point is not getting signed. When you listen to, like, if you're a hip hop fan, for example, right from time when I said this is genius, say, man, got a record deal and I bought this, my chrome is not this, my wheels is this. You feel like your end goal is getting signed. Once you get signed, you get money. Say, they don't sign that guy now, give him 10 million, we house for Lekki. Not understanding that's just an investment to push you further.
So thank you for joining us in the studio.
It's great.
It was a pleasure, bro. You guys, that's about it on Recognize. Make sure to get his singles, I Need You and You No Go No.
It's out everywhere.
Out everywhere on all platforms, you know, and follow him on all his socials. Follow us too on all our socials as well. That's about it on Recognize. See you same time next time. Yo, wait, and don't forget to subscribe. Hit the red button for more videos like this. See you later.